Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
The Sherni knows when to charge, the Sherni knows when to retreat. All my characters have been strong women. This is a universal theme.
This is happening more by design, or this is just a default?
Conservation is the need of the hour. She's a person of great integrity. This film changed my attitude.
Vidya Balan, what should I say? What do I even say? I mean, the film, the performance, what you are telling us is so important, so significant that I am at a loss for words. Uh, I mean, I don't know how to react. Emotionally, I do not know how to react as a film critic, as a film journalist. But you certainly are roaring with a very, very important message, Vidya Balan. Thank you so much for giving us a film as significant as this.
Oh my God, and thank you for that beautiful, heartfelt reaction. I could literally feel it even if you didn't articulate it fully. Thank you. It means a lot to me and the team.
Tell me, I mean, how do you view this character, this protagonist? I mean, she is there as a Sherni, she's a tigress, she has all those characteristics of a tigress. And at the same time, she knows how to put her foot down, when to retreat, especially when her integrity is questioned, especially when she has to keep her sanity and integrity intact, much like the tigress who retreats in order to save her cubs. So, how would you draw the parallels?
I think you've said it all, you know. Um, I think if I have to draw a parallel between Vidya Vincent and Sherni, it's exactly that.
Mhm.
Um, the Sherni knows when to charge, the Sherni knows when to um, retreat. And that's Vidya Vincent for you. She is very quiet and withdrawn. She's a woman of few words, but she's a woman of great integrity who will stand up for her truth,
Mm.
who believes in doing the right thing the right way. And that requires a lot of courage. That takes a lot of courage. So, and I think I'd also like to say that they're both endangered in that sense,
True.
because there's always a threat to the real Sherni, which is the tigress in the jungle. But there's also a threat to someone like Vidya Vincent because she's, like I said, she's a person of great integrity. But then when you face the kind of callousness that you see in the film,
Mhm.
and then when you don't get rewarded for doing the right thing,
True.
when you actually get posted to then what seems like because she tried to save a living tigress, and then she gets sent to a museum with taxidermied animals.
Mm. Mm.
It's very telling. So I feel in that sense both are endangered, because that could kill her spirit, that could change her, or weaken her resolve to do the right thing. Though the way I see it, someone like Vidya Vincent will not change, no matter the consequences of her actions. But I'm saying there is always that threat that you could even lose the good ones to indifference and callousness.
How did you react to the story as a performer as well as an individual?
I think what excited me was the opportunity to tell a story about the jungle,
Mhm.
being a forest officer. I think that excited me no end, because I never imagined that there would actually be a Hindi film made on this subject.
Right.
And then the kind of character that Vidya Vincent is,
Mhm.
because she's very different from the characters I've played in the past. All my characters have been strong women, but on the face of it, Vidya Vincent does not belong there. And yet, you realize that she has great courage, like I said, to be doing the right thing the right way, to be standing her ground against all opposition.
Absolutely.
against all judgment. And I think um, these two things, of course, the fact that it was Amit Masukar who was making the film, because he has a different and unusual take on everything, and that's not. I don't think it's efforted. That's just who he is. So I thought this would make for a very, very fascinating combination. You know, the story, the character, and his telling of it.
Hmm. This is the fourth time your character is named Vidya. This is happening more by design, or this is just a default?
No, absolutely by default. I don't ever get into, what my character should be called unless the director asks me. But like Amit asked me, he said, "Would you mind if I called her Vidya?" And I said, "No." So that's the extent of my involvement in choosing the name or, for the character. I didn't choose Vidya.
And of course, this is truly speaking honestly. This is not a kahani. This is no bhul bhulaiya, or for that matter, this is not even Mangalayan. This
Yeah.
is dramatically different in every sense of the word. Uh, do you think the content of this nature is the timing is apt for the release for the content of this nature as well as the medium was apt?
Oh, absolutely. I think the medium is apt because, with its release on Amazon Prime, Sherni has reached 240 countries on the 18th of June. And this is a universal theme. Conservation is the need of the hour.
Mhm.
And the world over, these conversations are happening. So I think what better way to release it and to take it to an international audience than this? And the timing is perfect because we've just seen the devastating effects of the pandemic the world over. And we've not even reached the end of it. We've not even seen the end of it. So for us to realize that um, every species, the continuation of every species is as crucial to maintaining the ecosystem in the jungle is, I think there couldn't have been a better time to drive home that point.
Of course, you have hit the right
Because I
note.
am not sure of the veracity of all the stories um, regarding the beginning of Corona. But from what I hear about the rats uh, and how it could have started in, I think some sort of slaughterhouse. It feels like this was really, it couldn't have been timed better because we need to start looking at these things.
Was there any reference point as far as emotions of this particular character goes? Uh, how did you process it? How did you understand the character? And above all, to get the note right and to maintain it absolutely thoroughly throughout the movie. I mean, not a notch here and there. How did you do it?
Thank you, but that's Amit Masukar entirely. Um, I think I was in places tempted to do more because I just felt like she's non-reactive and um, it, there were times when I felt like, oh my God, is she coming across as passive?
True.
But I think he was absolutely clear in who he thought Vidya Vincent was. And that's what gave me the clarity to. So I think that I completely owe to Amit Masukar. And
Uh,
yeah, and um, about there being a reference point, there was no one reference point, but I think
mhm.
um, I met with some female forest officers, and that was helpful in understanding not just the scope of the job, but also the challenges they face and the casual sexism, which is not just part of the forest department. Let me make that very, very clear. That's
Absolutely.
prevalent in every walk of life, in every profession. But it did give me an insight into their world and how they feel about conservation and how they're trying to affect that and all those things, about losing the elephant corridor or some um, to development.
Mhm.
And to mines. So I think all of this gave me a better understanding of the issue at hand.
Yes. And the subtext are evident. I mean, the way our bureaucracy works, the policy makers, the politics behind it, and how it interplays while you are on the job. The subtexts are really, really evident. Is there anything about those subtexts that was more challenging than performing the part that you played?
Um, no, I think, for example, it was all in the writing.
Hmm.
I had to contain my reaction most of the time, which was tough for me, very honestly. Because I kept feeling like, oh, shouldn't she have a reaction to this at least? And Amit's point was that there are people like Vidya Vincent who don't react much to the things happening around them. And she is non-confrontational. So and I'm not necessarily non-confrontational. So it took me a while to reconcile myself to that aspect of her personality. But I think I managed it because he was very clear.
I put this question in almost third interview that I do, but I must ask this one to you more genuinely than ever before. What are you hoping to achieve with this film? I'm sure you're going to go miles, not just accolades, not just comments, not just awards, perhaps internationally as well. But what are you hoping to achieve really with this one, even as an individual?
I think this film changed my attitude, my relationship with nature and the environment. It awakened an awareness in me where there was indifference. I hope that's what it does for many other people.
Vidya Balan, thank you so much for giving us a film
Thank you,
as significant as for your time and for choosing the kind of subjects that you're choosing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was lovely talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.